7 years ago, Paul and Stephanie Melton were living in Lexington, Kentucky, where Paul was a youth pastor. They were eagerly awaiting the birth of their first child. During a routine ultrasound, the joy of hearing their daughter's heartbeat turned to fear and uncertainty when they heard the news that something was wrong. Their baby's spinal column wasn't completely closed.
When they were examining the hands and the face and the legs, and when they got to the part of the brain, there was the technician got very quiet, and we could tell something was wrong. She brought the doctor in, and she told us that our baby was going to be born with a physical disability called spina bifida.
I've never heard of spina bifida before. He told us what it was and explained to us that the brain had not developed right at birth. I was very upset, of course, when I found out that there was a problem. I had my moments where I was just go up on myself and cry. Paul offered to come around, and I just wanted to be by myself.
Madison was our first child, and so as new parents, just as anybody would be, we were ecstatic about having a child, whether we had a child with spina bifida or if we had a child that did not have a disability.
Paul and Stephanie decided to move to Rockport, Indiana to be closer to Stephanie's family. They found a perfect spot, an old farmhouse complete with barns and a workshop. This was the ideal place to raise their daughters, Madison and Taylor.
I found out about the Easterseals Rehabilitation Center from a family that also attends Rockport Elementary. When I first went to the rehab center, I didn't know exactly what to think, what to expect, or how good the services would be. The Rehabilitation Center went in depth with what Maddie could and could not do. No one had ever done that before. They measured how much movement she had. They measured what function she had. No one had ever done that before. Her therapist, Carrie, is fun for Madison to work with. She adds playfulness to Madison's therapy, so Maddie doesn't really realize that she's getting therapy because she's having so much fun.
One of the things Madison does in therapy is to walk in the parallel bars, because that's a good way to train the muscles that she needs to use in order to walk short distances in case she would ever go somewhere where she couldn't take her wheelchair and would have to walk short distances with help if she was somewhere that her wheelchair wouldn't fit.
My therapist, Carrie, she is helping me stand up and help me balance myself and get some muscles so I can be strong and to help me walk.
On the therapy ball, Madison does sit-ups, and that helps strengthen her abdominal muscles that she needs for upright posture, sitting, standing, balance. Madison does great on the ball, and I really have seen quite a bit of improvement in her overall strength since I've been seeing her.
She always comes out of that therapy session, smiling, excited. Dad, see what I can do, see what I worked on. With spina bifida, her hips sometimes dislocate. She feels that her legs can't support her own body weight.
Madison loves to do the climbing wall. That's usually something that she will choose to do without me suggesting it, and we usually will do that at the end because it's fun, and it's actually hard to get her out of it once we're over there. Madison is just an absolute joy to work with. She comes in every time with a smile on her face. She's ready to work. She's not ready to go when we're done. Just about anything you tell her to try, she'll give it a shot.
Madison's very compassionate. She's very loving. She enjoys everything about life. I really don't believe she understands her disabilities completely. She often questions me, tell me why I'm like I am.
Madison is a very bright child. She's a little shy at first when you meet her, but once you get to know her, she warms up to you. She knows that she's different as far as being able to walk. She goes to school in a wheelchair, and her classmates seem to accept it. And she wants to be like other kids. There's times when she says, I want to walk, or I want to go to the bathroom like everybody else does, Dad. So that's pretty tough, but we fight through it. We talk about it. Talk about just keeping your faith in God and your hope in God, and that He'll be able to touch you in some way. Madison is very active with her horse Diamond and her donkey Ruby, and About 3:30 in the afternoon, we go out to the stable, and she's able to feed and take care of the animals out there.
When Madison is with her dad and they're doing things together, I enjoy watching him. He does things that I don't think a lot of dads would do. And he makes her feel very special.
My wife has been incredible. I don't give her as much credit as I should. She's basically given up her career in order to take care of Madison and Taylor. She actually worked at the school where Madison is going in order so that we can have a time where she can take her medication and Stephanie will just be there for her. My wife and I have really pulled together, and Maddie's got a great attitude towards life.
Someday I'm gonna walk